Tell us a little bit about Ann Watson and all the amazing things you do.
Oh my, who is Ann Watson? Hi, I'm Ann Watson, and all the amazing things I do. I wear many, many hats. I'm very lucky to have an overarching company that's just Ann Watson Inc. Underneath that, though, I have 3 LLCs, 3 different businesses. I own a vineyard, Watson Ranch Vineyards, and so I grow and sell wine, and then have a wonderful winemaker locally who makes the wine. So that is one of my businesses. I wear a wine grower hat and wine seller hat. Then I also have another business, Watson Wellness LLC, and that's where I'm a Reiki master and meditation instructor, focusing a lot on just spiritual, mental, emotional, as well as physical wellness. And then the third business that I have is Ann Watson Content Development, and that is where this amazing new kitchen comes in. It was time for a fully built out home studio where I can create recipes for clients, test recipes, shoot food photography, which is what I've done for over a decade now, is professional food photography. So that would be the third hat that I wear, in addition to minding about 50 or so animals here on my property. I run a farm, and I'm a mom to a really awesome 8-year-old boy. What was my kitchen like prior to the remodel? My kitchen prior to the remodel was the original kitchen from 1991. So a lot of mental pictures probably come up for you when you see that. And it is pretty accurate. I had, I called it a tiny doll oven that I had. I'm actually pretty proud of myself that I managed to cook in that space for over 8 years and churn out some professional recipes in food photography. It was quite dark though. The surfaces were all very dark, very reflective, which was a challenge when it comes to food photography, and just cramped. It felt very cramped. And so I really was craving open, light, bright spaces, and here we are. So the design vision for the kitchen, I really have to give a shout out to Robert Puertas from Puertas Design, the architect and designer who pulled this vision together. I came to him saying, hey, I need a beautiful home studio, open, photography friendly, non-reflective surfaces, things of that nature. But I don't really know exactly what that should look like. So Robert came over and helped to really solidify in plans on paper what I couldn't even fathom in my own imagination. And I just went, yes, what you were drawing, that's what I'd like. So as a food stylist and food photographer, home chef, there were a few things that were really important to me when it came to the redesign of this kitchen space. Again, I've mentioned, and it just keeps coming up, but it's so important, was the non-reflective surfaces. Having countertops that are honed quartz that don't reflect back when you're shooting a dish. But also to have a space that allowed a lot of natural light to come in for when I wanted to shoot that way, but also that had space to set up lights. So a lot of good open flow was really important to me. Some other things that were important, of course, were to have, in my mind, it was like stations I never wanted to have a range where the stove was right on top of the oven. I always envisioned them being in 2 totally separate areas of the kitchen, so that when I have chef friends and or clients come over to cook, that you're not right on top of each other, that you can have different stations like a professional kitchen. And that really has been something that already is helping tremendously. So some must-haves that I needed for functionality in the new kitchen, a much bigger double oven. I used to have one tiny oven. And so a double oven to be able, I do a lot of baking. And then also, again, when you're doing recipe development, sometimes it's fun to make a recipe 2 different ways and cook it at the same time and see how they turn out. And so it's helpful for testing. But then also just, I have a large family and I'm really lucky. I have beautiful friends. And when you have people over for entertaining, just to have a big oven, that was something that was a must-have for me that replaced what I had before. And then also, oh gosh, I wish you could see the electric stove that I used to cook on, where the knobs were literally broken. They would just spin. You'd have to guess what the temperature was that you were cooking on. And it was just, it made me be very, very inventive when I used to cook on that. And so a must-have was a beautiful cooktop, something that I could actually control and feel like I was in more control of the dish as I'm preparing it. And a good large cooktop space that had the ability to cook multiple things, maybe keep a sauce warm while I'm cooking the pasta or that type of thing. That was a must-have as well. My experience at the PIRCH Costa Mesa showroom was like a dream come true. It gives me chills thinking about it. Again, as a professional food photographer and event photographer, I've actually shot a lot of events over the years that have been hosted at PIRCH Costa Mesa. And then I would just go and wander every once in a while because I had a lot of clients at the SoCo collection. And so when I had some free time, I'd just go and poke around some of the displays. And so to be able to step into that space as a customer for the first time I'm just eternally grateful for it. And it was a once in a lifetime experience. And I felt so at home. It was very, very easy and fun. And it was so helpful to be able to see things side by side and touch and feel. I'm a very tactile person and I like to be able to see a color difference or touch something. And that was so helpful. And yeah, it was just a fantastic experience. My sales consultant, Allison Delante at PIRCH Costa Mesa, was beyond helpful in selecting products for my home. I think what was really cool, there was one experience, I fell in love halfway through the appliance selection process with the Sub-Zero fridge that I did end up buying. But I had a couple of other sort of nice to have things on my list that, I thought, gosh, I'm gonna have to cut something if I want to be able to afford this amazing dream fridge. And what I so appreciated about Allison was that she just sat with me and said, right, let's really walk through, let's make your dream kitchen. Let's get you this Sub-Zero. How can we make this happen? And it was, still getting the Thermador, but maybe not the highest end, the high-end one, and helping me to really configure things so that budget-wise, I still came in exactly where I needed to be, but got everything that was on my dream list. Like somebody had my back through this whole process. That's what it felt like with Allison. What I enjoy most about my new Thermador induction cooktop is how intuitive it is to use. I know that induction versus gas range can be a hot topic, particularly in the culinary world. I have a lot of friends who are chefs and who love cooking with gas, and I do. One major thing that just from a practical standpoint that drove my decision to get the Thermador was because my property is entirely solar powered, so I was locked into using electricity. But still, I really was leaning towards induction anyways because of its clean lines, the fact that when you're not using it, it's able to be sort of extra counter space. I also really love the fact that it's so, like I said, intuitive to use that it's not, it looks so space agey like you're on a spaceship. But I found this Thermador in particular to be very, very user-friendly. And the precision, I can't get over how precise it is as you're cooking, which is something that was quick to learn as you're using it. And I really enjoy that about it. What I enjoy most about my Viking double wall ovens, first of all, I didn't realize just how amazing an amazing oven can be. I think that I had worked again for years with this tiny little doll oven that I had that came with the house. It was just, and it was convection, but there was always a hot spot in the oven and you always had to go in and rotate things or what. These ovens heat evenly, quickly, like how fast they heat up is absolutely amazing. I bake a lot and I love making pizza with my son, for example, and putting like a baking stone in this. Oh my gosh, you know, what used to take hours to heat up takes a fraction of that time now. And just how evenly everything bakes. Plus the space. I love the size. I know that there are lots of different options for ovens, and that was something that really drove me towards Viking, was the space that is allowed. You can fit nice big sheet pans in there, and that was a big plus for me. What I enjoy most about my Viking microwave drawer is the space-saving aspect of it. I think it's so cool because, you know, for years I've always had a microwave that sits up on the counter, and that's a lot of counter space. And so to have it underneath the counter, I mean, first of all, it just looks really cool, but it also works phenomenally and doesn't take up valuable counter space. Can I just take a moment?
Do we need a tissue?
Yes, exactly. Like, I just need a minute. Okay, what do I enjoy most about my new sub? What I enjoy most about my new Sub-Zero refrigerator. Ah, can I say that sentence like 5 times? My new Sub-Zero refrigerator. My new Sub-Zero refrigerator. Oh my gosh, I have a Sub-Zero refrigerator. What I enjoy most about my Sub-Zero refrigerator is, I mean, let's be honest, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Who knew a refrigerator could be beautiful? And it's stainless. It's not, you know, it wasn't a panel ready built in, which I was also looking at, but I walked past this bad boy in the showroom and I had to have it. I had to. It just stopped me in my tracks. I think that, again, working in professional kitchens, both on the cooking side of things, but also from a photography standpoint, there was something that just grabbed me. It feels industrial, yet beautiful at the same time. So its design, frankly, is probably way up there, top of my list, but also how fresh it keeps food. I didn't realize that, you know, I had things in my old refrigerator that would rot, you know, like so quickly. And this is just incredible to me, how fresh and cold, and it just feels solid and well built. And oh gosh, I could gush for days about how much I love this refrigerator. Oh my gosh, it's a beautiful thing. So my new Miele dishwasher, Allison Delanty at PIRCH Costa Mesa, she was really instrumental in guiding me towards this dishwasher. I didn't know where to start, I'll be honest. Dishwashers were one of those things that you don't see them in professional kitchens, you see them in home kitchens. And so I didn't have sort of a brand in mind of what it needed to be. And so Allison really guided me. She has one herself and said, look, I love this dishwasher so much, I can vouch for it myself. Give it a try. And we went and we looked at various ones in the showroom, and it just spoke to me. I love that it could be panel ready. So I like the idea of the dishwasher sort of fading into the cabinetry. That was one of the appliances that I wanted to sort of blend more. And I think that what makes me smile, I joke now with people, but like, so I thought I needed all new dishes. I really did. I thought that was gonna be something that I was gonna have to buy all new dishes and all new glassware when I built the new kitchen, because my glasses and dishes were so covered in this film and scratched and just like looked so dirty. And so now I laugh because it dawned on me, I washed them once in the Miele and I have new dishes. I have new glasses. It like completely transformed all my, I don't have to buy new things because I have this dishwasher. And so now I realize my old dishwasher was a dish dirtier and this is a dishwasher and it works so beautifully. Yeah, it's another one that Can I marry a dishwasher? I don't know. What do I enjoy most? What I enjoy most about my new Frank sink, first of all, I live on a farm. And so there was this part of me that while I realized that farmhouse sinks in some, people's opinion might be a little bit trendy, I live on a farm. I want a farmhouse sink. I find them beautiful. I wash a lot of things by hand, like large pans, and I love the space that this massive sink has. And I will not lie, this is something very unique to Ann Watson. I have a couple of small dogs and I need to bathe them. And so I loved the idea of having a beautiful sink that could also double as a sweet little bathtub for my sweet dogs. So that worked out well too. But I also really have to say that the one thing that didn't come with the sink, but that I purchased, and I cannot stress enough how much I absolutely love it, is the grate that goes in the bottom, the stainless steel grate that goes in the bottom of the sink. It has totally changed how I hand wash dishes. I didn't realize how important, not only from the standpoint that, the beautiful fire clay, it's just gorgeous to look at. I don't want to scratch it, so I have that grate. But also, when you're hand washing dishes, a lot of time, if you don't have that grate, you're washing it in the dirty water, or in the, as you're sloughing things off the plate or the pan, it's going into the water you're using to wash. What I love is when you have the grate, it lifts it up above the gunk, and it makes it so much easier, and your pans turn out even cleaner. My experience with the PIRCH delivery and installation team could not have been better. Flawless is the word I would use. Efficient. Kind of mesmerizing, to be frank. I thought it was going to take far longer than it did. Just their expertise in how they came in, knew exactly where to put things, knew exactly how to adjust them. I also really appreciated that they sent someone out the day before, or maybe it was 2 days before, but beforehand, in order to measure and ensure that when the team showed up for installation, everything was going to fit. And it was about 2 days before, because it gave us time then to make a couple small adjustments to the cabinetry so that when things did arrive, it just went straight in and hooked up. I almost was like, wait, you're done? I thought you'd be here so much longer. Yeah, it was just fantastic. Total experts. I did have one very specific challenge that came up, and it was right before installation. And it actually, that's right, because it happened when the person came out to measure 2 days before installation. It was discovered that, so originally I had ordered the Viking double oven, but with French doors on top. I didn't have the one that is now installed. I had just picked the French doors because I thought they were cool, but there wasn't any specific reason, luckily, why I needed them. But what came to be is that we realized, I thought that the doors only opened to 90 degrees. Well, it turns out they open 180 degrees, and it wouldn't have worked in the space. It would have been knocking the refrigerator every time I'd open the oven. And so that was a slight moment of, oh dear, because it's taken a little while for this oven to come in and it's ready to be installed in 2 days. How are we going to do this? And I, again, cannot thank the PIRCH team, Allison Delante at PIRCH Costa Mesa, and the whole team, everybody who helped pull out all the stops. They managed to find the double oven that is here, that now the clearance completely works with the pull down door versus the French doors. We did a quick swap, put the French door one back in the inventory, grabbed the one that I have, and it went flawlessly. And now I have the oven that I was meant to have. Oh my goodness. Okay, wow, I'm totally crying. I'm sorry. Wow, I didn't expect that.
I'm gonna cry. Okay. Wow.
Okay. I'm pretty appreciative. pretty grateful. Oh my goodness. Okay, whew. Yeah, the appreciation I feel for this kitchen, I'm just gonna be emotional and I don't care, is such deep gratitude to the universe, to every single thing that has led to this moment in my life. I can't believe it. I don't know how I deserve it, but somehow I'm here. And I'm going to make sure that I use this kitchen for good and to help people and to help put good out in the world. And yeah, my new appreciation for new kitchen will be lifelong. It's something that I've always dreamed of. And this is just so deeply meaningful to me to have this opportunity. It's a great opportunity and I do not take it for granted. My new kitchen complements my lifestyle in that it literally touches my life in every way. My kitchen is the heart not only of my home, but of my life. It's where I nourish myself, my son, my friends, my family. It's where I work. It's the heart of my job. But it's just so much more than that. It's a gathering place for friends and family when they come over. And it will be something that I hope will touch other lives through, virtually, through the camera, through online outreach, and for the projects that I'll be working on here. So yeah, how does it impact or work with my lifestyle? Or in every way. It's hard to pick one thing that I enjoyed most about working with PIRCH and that I continue to enjoy working with PIRCH. I would say just having a place with people who clearly are experts in the field, who know what they're doing, and help you feel like you have your back covered. Again, this is a big investment. This is something that, at least for someone like myself, I couldn't take this lightly. I couldn't take this decision-making process lightly on, appliances that, were a large investment. And so I think what I really, really enjoyed was the personal touch of feeling like I was cared for during a big investment process. My experience working with PIRCH overall throughout this remodel has just been and continues to be wonderful. It made the whole process so seamless. I think that it helped to have a one-stop shop, so to speak, where I could go and find everything I really needed, and then have it all just sort of taken care of, magically appear and installed and under warranty and just everything taken care of. That's what it felt like. I would absolutely recommend PIRCH to friends and family. The list of reasons why is a mile long, but I would say probably some of the top reasons are because of how well you'll be taken care of, because you will have access to some of the most incredible appliances across the board from all the different brands. It's a one-stop shop for having all your needs met for your entire project. It's wonderful.